Attention all security operators. This is a Priority 1 advisory. We're going on the offensive to neutralize a critical threat that targets one of our own essential tools. Listen up.
What you're about to hear is a Code Ninja security advisory. This information is time-sensitive, and you're going to want to take immediate action to protect your operational integrity. You know, the core principle of our work is that our tools have to be trusted. A vulnerability in something like Wireshark, well, that turns our own analytical scopes into attack vectors. We absolutely cannot and will not let that happen. All right, the threat has been designated CVE 2026-3201. What we're looking at is a critical memory exhaustion flaw, and it's buried deep inside Wireshark's USB Human Interface Device, or HID, dissector. So the objective of this advisory is twofold. First, I'm here to arm you with immediate, actionable protocols to mitigate this thing right now. And second, we're applying pressure through coordinated disclosure to make sure a vendor patch gets deployed across the entire ecosystem, and fast. Okay, before we dive into the blast radius, we need to make sure our Intel link is secure. This is standard procedure. You know the drill. First things first, subscribe to this channel, CyberTech79, and make sure you enable all notifications. Think of this as your direct line for critical intelligence updates. It's essential. Next, go ahead and like this advisory. This will serve as your formal ACK, your acknowledgement that you've received this intelligence packet. It's crucial for our operational awareness to know who's getting the message. And finally, report your status in the comments. Just a simple patched or vulnerable. Your report helps us build a real-time community-sourced map of the blast radius and our overall exposure.
All right, comms check complete. Let's move on to the analysis. We need to understand the full blast radius of this vulnerability. What's the impact? How severe is it? And exactly how can it be exploited out in the field?
So, the most crucial question, are you exposed? If you are running any Wireshark version in the 4.6 branch all the way up to 4.6.3, you're vulnerable. Same goes for the 4.4 branch up to 4.4.13. Go check your versions right now. NIST has assigned this a CVSS score of 7.5. That's a high severity rating. And here's why that's so critical. The attack can be launched over a network, and it has a low complexity, which makes it relatively easy for an adversary to pull off. The root cause here is classified as CWE 770, allocation of resources without limits. Now, in simple terms, the USB HID dissector can be tricked into just grabbing memory without any checks or balances. It's like a runaway process. This allows an attacker to force it to consume all available system resources until the application, or maybe even your entire machine, crashes. So how does an attacker actually trigger this? Well, there are two main vectors. First, by tricking an analyst into opening a specially crafted packet capture file. You know, think of a phishing email with a bad .PCAP attached. And second, they can inject malformed packets directly into a live network stream that you're actively monitoring.
Okay, let's get to the mitigation protocol. These are the immediate, actionable steps you need to take right now to neutralize this threat on your systems.
Here are your orders. Step 1, and this is top priority, is to upgrade to a patched version. That's 4.6.4 or 4.4.14. If for some reason you can't patch immediately, your emergency workaround is Step 2, disable the USB HID dissector entirely. For ongoing operations, you should always be following Step 3 anyway, sandbox any untrusted capture files, and for automated analysis, use Step 4, leverage T-Shark filters to screen out this specific traffic. Look, we operate under a strict code of coordinated disclosure. This isn't about dropping 0 days for kicks. It's about forcing a fix while giving us defenders a critical head start. Here are the final details on how this all went down. Let's just quickly review the timeline. The vulnerability was initially reported on February 25th, and get this, it was scored as a medium. Just 1 day later, NVD reevaluated it to a 7.5 high, and Wireshark simultaneously released the patch. This rapid escalation is exactly why these advisories are so critical. Your systems are your responsibility. Implement these protocols without delay. Stay vigilant. Stay secure.